Historic Lambeau Field. Fittingly, it butts up against Lombardi Avenue here in the heart of Green Bay, Wisconsin. Today, it's week 4, and we've got what should be a great one here, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Green Bay Packers.
Set to kick off.
Fall is in the air, and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in week 4. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You talk about this Lions defense. They played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And it was the pass rush that really keyed their victory. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Davis now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with that after catching. Early in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle on a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
From the 35, here's 2nd and 9.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Operating from the gun, Davis. Now he'll tuck this and run. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
19 Tigers. 60 Eagles.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Oh, there's going to be a little bit of regret there because they certainly had the chance to get off the field here, just giving up a field goal attempt. But they couldn't get that stop on 3rd down. Now they have to hunker down because guess what? That drive continues.
Yeah, boy, and it's tough to bring him down that time. He surges forward. He's going to get a full 6 out of that. 2nd down.
Defenses always have a goal of holding a runner under 100 yards. Well, he went over 150 last week, won NFC Player of the Week award honors. And guess what? He's got a chance to do it again because of that vision he has. He sees holes that maybe don't exist.
Well, design run for their wide out. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Rome Odunze with career touchdown number 60. And the Packers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. looking to put a drive together.
Set, ready. Ready.
And they start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. When you look at this Packers defense, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Okay, right.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
32. Drill, 52. Hut.
They'll look to throw here. He'll get this complete to the rookie from Washington. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Let's go. 50, green.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. Now he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 31.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Black 40. 43 rail.
Back to throw again. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Down. Ready?
They'll look to throw again. He gets this out wide to Gibbs. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Ready. Red, 30, ready.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
45, wide.
And the slot man goes in motion left. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Set, ready. 30, ready.
Now back to throw. Looking left side of him, he's got a man. That's Stevens. That's good for a 1st down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. You know, their defensive side did that. but he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you. Now they got first and goal.
Yeah, we're seeing punch, counter punch, and this could be setting the table for quite the game.
I like that. Let's go ahead and put it in the boxing ring, right? You're going to get hit sometimes, getting to respond and hit back, and they're trying to do exactly that.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. That's already the third time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught one of the three.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
Second and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Set, hut. 52, ready.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open, just a split second too late on the release. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's third and goal.
Blue, 32.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up fourth down.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Okay,
The
ready.
Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On first and 10, it's Robinson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up second and 9.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they're looking at a second down and 9 to go.
Here we go, here we go. 60, go.
Operating from the gun, Davis completes this to Elijah Higgins. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. The Packers at 1-2 through the first 3 weeks of the season. And they got off to the tough 0-2 start, but come off a very important first win of the season last time out.
And it's tough when you find yourself in an early season crossroads, but that's exactly where they were. At 0-2, they were thinking, if we fall to 0-3, things can spin out of control. But now at 1-2, they shouldn't feel the need to press out there. They're now back in a good spot, find a way to win some games, and keep moving forward.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 43. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Second and 10.
He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, Make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
You don't see that a ton, do you? With the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Well played.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Set. Yellow, 22. Set.
They're going to look to throw.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost and then a little bit more.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Well, that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Davis. Throw left side complete. That's Delgado. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well.
36-yard line.
Here we go. Go.
On the counter, this is Robinson.
And he'll be taken down at the 34.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now 2nd and 9.
Tag. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 24-yard line.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. Two guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Robinson up the middle. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's third down.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Cougar 19.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
That's out wide here for Robinson. And the Packers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score.
Here we go. Here we go. Gravity line. Ready.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. The Lions now are going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Operating from the gun, Davis. Touchdown! Packers. Rome Odunze. He scored on the ground and through the air as his guys are able to extend their lead. The extra point up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
14. Lions 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Good-looking return set up here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
Let's go now. Ready?
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with to have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor, and that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. And now an audible here into something else. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. From left side, it's complete. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Okay, ready?
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Ready.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Emeka Egbuka in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Oh, and miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I established the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That's good.
And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us at any point during the game? It just happened right there.
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Now Joey Sly for the point after. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead.
Makes the score Lions 17. Packers 14. Joey Sly set to kick off.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Ready? 70.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Davis.
He's got room past the 30.
And all the way out to the 46. 23 yards the pickup there.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. A gain of just 1.
Well, partner, I don't think it's any secret that any running back wants to be able to see a hole open so that he can gallop through it. But in this case, he had to slow down. There was really no hole there, and he took a big hit in order to get that 1 yard.
Come on. Hit. Cowboy 80. Go.
Here's Davis operating from the gun. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 37. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
Back to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. That's Delgado. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Here we go.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Ready. Cougar 19.
Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. They're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Davis. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's good for the Packers.
Hey,
First down.
let's go now. Ready.
First and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Bijan Robinson, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Packers have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Lions 17.
So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
their own 27-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
They had seized the lead there for a little bit with a starting drive in the third quarter, but a moment ago the touchdown that puts them back behind.
So their defense is under siege a little bit right now because they have not able to solve their opponents. So they've got to keep hammering away on offense and try and win this one in what appears to be a shootout. Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Yellow, 22.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Down. Black, 95.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12.
Go, set. 60 red. 60 red.
They'll drop the throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 45-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Gibbs straight ahead. And down to the 41. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. From the 41, here's a 2nd down and 6.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Up the middle they go. Larson. And this time not quite to the 30. He'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ready. 45. Hut.
Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Stevens. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Set, ready. 33, yellow, ready.
2nd and 3. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs
with career touchdown number 207, just one shy of Jerry Rice's all-time mark of 208.
And the Lions have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the third quarter.
Joey Sly is set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
At their own 30-yard line.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Get it. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Go.
Davis throwing to start the drive. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Here we go. Check. Check it.
A give to Robinson on the option.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a gain of a yard there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Go. Gravity Lions. Ready.
Davis now from the gun on 3rd down. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. He'll field this at the 5. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return, and the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that 1st down carry.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Red, 38. Ready.
He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his 1st sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
The offense on 3rd down, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
50 red.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away.
On the return, Johnson.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Ready.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead.
A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
I I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't it?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First target, first catch, and a first down.
Ready, break! Come on, come on!
They'll run on first down. Kilgore. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Davis now. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
From the gun on third down, Davis. He's got his target. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 33. That one goes for 29 yards on third down.
First and 10 at the 30.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on first and 10.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 30 on second down, Davis.
He'll get that complete to Franklin.
It'll be a gain of 5. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Captain Lions. Bronco 80.
Off the play fake, Davis. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's a screen for Robinson.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
At the 8-yard line.
Two minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter.
Second down, 8 yards to go.
Here we go, here we go. Cowboy 80.
Looking to throw. Davis. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
Back
to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown.
Bijan Robinson.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Packers put together a fourth quarter drive to take the lead.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 5.
Makes the score Packers 28, Lions 23.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Black 40.
He'll look to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
First down, Detroit.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Now a handoff up the middle. Ray.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the foot. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
This is 1st and 10.
Down. Blue 32. Spike 60. Set.
Up the middle they go. It's Larson.
And they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. Here's 1st down.
He's back to throw.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions, and that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Final 15 seconds here, 2nd down.
Here we go. 33, yellow. Ready?
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
10 black. Cut.
Back to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive. The bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it all.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
Come on, set. 60 red. 60 red. Cut.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
This ball intercepted. And the Packers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Packers, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the defeat is their